Welcome back to another episode of Tea Time with Mary. I am your host, Miss Mary Lou, and today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. My friend over at Teacups and Blossoms, another favorite tea channel of mine, she did a video about her teaware collection, and I was like, I got lots of stuff to show you. Oh, yes I do. Excellent. So today is going to be part one of my teaware series. Today we are doing teapots, infusers, teacups, and miscellaneous, because I have one of those categories because I don't know what they're called. I thought today would be a good intro place to start. Let's do it. Yes, it's tea time.
It's tea time with Mary.
So for my teapot collection today, I have a random assortment of things from different places, so let's just hop into it. My oldest semi-surviving teapot is my Eclipse Globe pot. It's missing the handle. It was a plastic attachment that you put on right here. It came with a little infuser basket and everything, but alas, it has half died, and it's not really a good idea to put hot liquid in something you can't pour safely. I got this teapot. I was in a TJ Maxx with my sister, and she saw it on the shelf, and she was like, Mary, I know it's not my thing, but I saw it and I got so excited for you because I know like it's so your thing. I love my sister Kelly. If you haven't seen the episode she was in, you can click here or you can click here. She's amazing. Love my sister Kelly. So thank you for this teapot, even though it's partially deceased. The next, let me set it up. The next oldest, longest standing teapot that I have is a gift from my mother when I was in college, so I could have a way to have tea when I was living in the dormitories without a stove, and all I had was a microwave. So she bought me this adorable tea for one pot, these things. This one in particular is all microwave safe, and it is a teapot and mug combo. Can we talk about this for a second? How flippin' cute is that? So I would fill this with water, put it in the microwave in my little dome, and then it fills 2 cups of this tea. Sometimes I just use this teacup, so this is kind of both. Good job, mama. Extra special thank you to my camera assistant, Jenny, JPez93 on Instagram. She's pretty dope.
Jacob, I'm behind you for now.
My next teapot for today the teapot's in good shape, but unfortunately I've lost most of the teacups that came with it. This little guy, you saw this guy in my jasmine tea episode. He comes with a little infuser basket inside if you want. It's really, really big, so it gives the tea lots of room to swim around and get happy. This I bought for myself. I was at a little Asian grocery store over by where my parents lived, and I saw this, and it came with 4 of these. These are the 2 that are left. That's it. They don't like sinks. Just in general, they tend to die in sinks. Sinks are where teacups go to die. That's horrible. But I saw this little set and I thought it was great for taking with me, and it's the perfect pot size for things, and I was starting to get into loose teas at the time, so I was like, hey, treat yourself. Treat yourself. I'm so funny. The next teapot I have for you today is one that is very special. I've actually never made tea in it because it's so delicate and lovely. This teapot is actually from China that my sister got for me when she was at the Great Wall. My sister's amazing, basically is what I'm saying. I'm so like half afraid of this. It usually lives on my bookcase over there. If you've never noticed it before, my Indian cookbook is just so lonesome. So lonesome. She got this towards the beginning of her trip to the Great Wall, and she put it in her backpack and freaking hiked the Great Wall with this teapot in it. I love you, Kelly. It's so great. I love you. Christmas came around a few years ago, and I have quite a few porcelain teapots in my collection, but none of the cast iron variety. I got this as a Christmas present from my man friend. It's awesome. This is really, really heavy. These teapots are just beautiful. It has the nice dragonflies on it, and these really, really hold heat. So if you're maybe gonna do some tiny teacup sipping that you want the tea to stay warm for, cast iron is a fantastic choice. It's just lovely. I'm gonna put this down because I'm not very strong. Let's be real. And if I drop it, I will smash my other teapots. Yes. I got this for Christmas too, you've seen it. It's a kettle, it has a big bottom so I can crank the heat and it's done. That's done, that's it. My last super special teapot for you I got as a gift from my mother when she was visiting Morocco. She was at a marketplace and found this guy. You would recognize this teapot. I was armed with this in my coffee versus tea episode against Craig the coffee hipster. I tried to hit him in the face with this and may have succeeded. You'll have to check out the link here to find out. She found this just wherever. She may have even haggled for it. My mom's a phenomenal haggler, and she cleaned it herself. She spruced it up. You could murder someone with this thing. If you see death by teapot, just know I went off my rocker. Just kidding, not me, it wasn't me. This thing is really great. You can brew a lot of tea in it. Sometimes if I'm brewing loose tea for a number of guests, I'll just throw a bunch of loose tea in it, swirl it up. It's a great conversation piece too. All the detail in it, it looks like it was hand hammered. So all of the details are just like so fun and lovely. Moving on to the infusers category, there's a lot of random kind of stuff in here that I use to brew loose leaf tea is generally what this category is for, and some of them you may have seen and some of them you may not have seen. My go-to infusing option for loose leaf tea is of course to brew it loose. It's the best way to get the flavor out of the tea and it's great. Brewing it loose, my favorite option to do, you see this all the time on my show. I like to use my handy dandy Pyrex that I got at Target for super cheap. I just put the tea in here, pour the hot water over, let it get happy, maybe a little stir, and then I have a little wire strainer. I got a 3-pack of these for like $4 at Ross, and I just strain it out as I pour it into my cup because why not? It's great, and this is the best infuser option, and it's cheap and it's fantastico, so do this, do this. However, if I do not want to do that and I am feeling lazy, then I reach for the more traditional type infusers. This beautiful little one that you have seen on the show before is from Saratoga, New York. It was a gift by my boyfriend's mother, so thank you so much for this. The basket slips out and it's just so pretty and lovely, delightful. Another in the infuser category is another gift that I got, and it's actually kind of stained because I use it so much. This is a Christmas present from my friend Nydia. Thank you so much. This was like, she made me a whole tea basket for Christmas and I just like couldn't contain myself. I couldn't handle it, couldn't do it. This is like an egg infuser. I think it's German. So you put your tea inside of here and then this floats on the top of your tea. So it's just like, I love it. And it comes with its own little home when you're done. Heyo! Delightful. These last two are a little bit more abstract. They are normally used for coffee. For instance, a French press. If I'm making a lot of loose tea for probably 2 to 3 people, I'll just put the tea in and then put the top on. And then before I pour, I will push it down at least part of the way so that the leaves will catch in the little strainer part here before you pour it out the top. I think this is a great option for lots of loose tea for lots of people, or you know, just you. My last coffee tea crossover is actually a pour over. I got this for my boyfriend for Christmas. It's amazing. I got this at Sur la Table. Sur la Table. Le songe est dans la branche. Oh, any Eddie Izzard people? No? He's great. You basically just put it over a wide enough mug. It sits on top with a coffee filter and you just pour it over and it slowly trickles in. Now the way that I use this for tea is I'll do this if I'm making like a home brew chai on my stove top. So I'll brew all the spices and everything, and then sometimes I use powdered spices so to make sure that I strain those out, I'll use this. I'll put a coffee filter in over a mug, trickle into delicious chai. My next category is probably one of the shortest on my list. I only have 2 of them, but sometimes you want a proper cup of tea. My first teacup is this single set. I got this, I think, at a thrift store. It's just a single by itself, lovely delicate blue. It does have some metal around the top and on the side, but I just saw it one day and I was like, hey, this would be great. And I haven't used it exclusively for tea. This little plate looks really cute underneath a candle. If you haven't visited your local Goodwill or secondhand store for teacups and random things like that, I highly recommend it.
You never know what you might find.
The last teacup in my collection is a particularly special one for me. This beautiful, darling little teacup belonged to my grandmama, my father's mother. She loved tea, and after she passed away, my siblings and I each got a teacup from her collection. This is another one of those that I just am afraid to use, but it has beautiful metal all over it, intricate details. This is Queen's Fine Bone China made in England. I don't know what any of that means. I should probably get on that. This was just the perfect keepsake from my grandmama, who was just oh so lovely, and I treasure this and I keep it on the old bookshelf for everybody to see. I love it. The last category for today, I'm gonna have to get to all my mugs in the episode for next week, so stay tuned for that. I don't know what these are called, so for my miscellaneous category, it's 4 of the same type of thing. These are tiny little plates meant for your tea bags. You've seen some of these in episodes before. I got them at World Market for really, really inexpensive. If you love tea, oh man, I wish if I could have like a furnish your home or like get stuff spree anywhere, it would be at World Market. I have everything from super sweet to witty, drop it like it's hot. After you're done brewing your tea in your teacup, if you're too lazy to get up and throw your tea bag out, which hashtag thug life, you totally just have one of these little dishes handy and your tea bag just lives there. Drop it like it's hot. I freaking love these things.
You look fine.
Thanks, girl.
Rolling.
We are rolling right meow. All of that was recorded.
We're rolling right now.
So that is it for my part 1 of my teaware collection. Stay tuned for next week when I go over and tell stories about all of the mugs in my collection, because like, don't you just want story time? I love it. I love how things can have stories and meaning. What are some of your favorite teapots or ways to brew tea or fancy teacups you have lying around? Just let me know in the comments below and we'll have a good time. So thank you so much for joining me for my teaware collection part 1 video. I will see you in part 2 next week.
See you Tuesday.
It's tea time with Mary.
Thanks for watching Tea Time with Mary. I hope to see you real soon. If you want to like, subscribe, and comment, I think that would be cool. Check out my facebook.com/teatime with Mary for all the content that's new. Or my Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter. I'm at Miss Mary Lou. So thanks again for joining us, and thanks for being a friend. We'll see you next Tuesday. The fun never ends on Tea Time with Mary. Okay,
And that's it.
Ooh.